Saul Canelo Alvarez responds to claims he is ducking David Benavidez after announcing next opponent. The Mexican legend will return to the ring on May 4th. Saul Canelo Alvarez has responded to claims he is ducking David Benavidez after locking in his next opponent. It has now been confirmed that Canelo will fight Jaime Munguia at 168 pounds at Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena on May 4th. Canelo will defend his super middleweight title, but while many are happy to see him return to action, others have criticized the Mexican for his selection of opponent. Many want to see Canelo take on super middleweight contender Benavidez, who remains unbeaten with 24 knockouts from 28 fights. Then again, Munguia is unbeaten after 43 fights, and there was always a feeling that Canelo would have to beat him at some stage amid his rise in the division. Canelo responds, "Keeping the fans happy is another thing, and Canelo knows it's simply part and parcel of the sport," rejecting claims that he is ducking Benavidez by fighting Munguia. The Mexican responded to a question from TalkSport's Michael Benson. "Yeah, it always happens. Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout, Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders. At the end of the day, I beat practically all of them. If I beat Benavidez, they're gonna say, 'Oh, why don't you face this other guy?' Look at my history. I've done everything in boxing. I've done it all." Fans may not stop calling for Canelo versus Benavidez until it happens, but with the former now 33 years of age, it will be interesting to see whether the fight ever does take place, especially given the Mexican says he will fight for 5 more years, leaving plenty of space for such a bout. After finally announcing his opponent for his next fight, Saul Canelo Alvarez has been criticized for going against Jaime Munguia. Among the comments, the omission of David Benavidez, the mandatory challenger of the World Boxing Council, WBC, stands out once again. Alvarez has been reluctant to face him, and their promoters have been unable to agree a deal. But Alvarez has also been asked not to seek advantages with clauses included in the contract, such as rehydration. It is Munguia's promoter, Fernando Beltran, who pointed out that there is no such clause to face the Guadalajara native on the eve of Cinco de Mayo in Vegas. However, there is another type of condition. The negotiation, once Eddie Reynoso entered the negotiation, was quick and easy. Yes, there is a rematch, but logically the experience is on Canelo's side. Beltran told Probox TV. In the promoter's opinion, Munguia is in a good moment after beating John Ryder by TKO last time out, and believes he will have every chance of taking away Alvarez's 4 super middleweight world titles. "I think Jaime is also entering the best stage of his career at 27 years old." Beltran added, "The truth is that I feel Jaime is strong. He feels very good. He has not stopped training. There won't be any excuses on our part. We are going to give our best in the ring. 168 pounds. We are going for the 4 titles. It is a normal fight. There are no clauses for us. And above all, once and for all, I say one very important thing. There will be no excuses on our part. We will go all out and we will win that fight." Abel Sanchez and Robert Garcia are certain that the Mexican boxer still has the leeway to select who to box with. With the official confirmation of the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, trainers Abel Sanchez and Robert Garcia spoke to BoxingSun about the Mexican's next defense of his crown amid plenty of discussion over the opponent chosen for the evening of May 4th. Canelo knows Munguia had a good performance in his last fight and caught a guy, John Ryder, that Canelo couldn't. So boxing fans will see this as a good challenge, began Garcia, who is a former boxer. On the controversy of Munguia's selection as Canelo's challenger, Sanchez, a current trainer, added, "Remember how Munguia said it would be an honor to fight Canelo?" To the Benavidez family he had commented, "Keep eliminating guys that Canelo can fight and he has no choice but to fight you. Same earnings against any opponent." Sanchez, current trainer of WBA cruiserweight champion Arsen Goulamirian, specified something key. "As things stand right now, Canelo manages his choice of opponents well and knows he can make the same money, $35 million, no matter who he fights." Sanchez also reminded people of the fight between Canelo and his pupil, Gennady Golovkin, in which the Mexican tested positive for a banned substance. "I still believe we beat him twice." He commented of those fights in which the Mexican won while the other was a draw. On what's coming up for the May fight, Sanchez gave his verdict. The first 6 rounds will be tough for both of them. Canelo will measure him, evaluate him, and I hope that Munguia returns to his old self, when he looked like a warrior. Garcia, meanwhile, has cast some doubt on the idolatry Canelo could have in his sporting future if he continues to avoid certain opponents. Fighting Munguia is fine for now, but until we see the Benavidez fight, Canelo will never get the full respect from the fans that he wants to see. And that matters.